it's about fullness, emptiness, black, white, movement, fixed. How can I say, the work should speak for itself in that sense. What I do is primal in that sense. It's primal, it's very simple, essential, basic. So it's going back to kind of a very primal expression. What does that mean? I don't know precisely in words, but it's something that I work with instinct, intuition, with stone, which is the oldest material around, that was there before before we were here. And I find it's an extraordinary material to work with because of that. And each stone is very specifically unique and has a character and an expression of its own. So basically, what I feel like I'm doing is working with the stone. It's not just me working on the stone. It's a constant kind of dialogue and appropriation, discovery, adventure. Each piece is an adventure. I see it like that, and yeah, and I'm just learning. I'm really learning all the time.
But you're
I get my inspiration mostly from prehistory, in terms of shapes, and archetypes. Because I work with archetypes, even if I don't like. Again, it's always these words are delicate because symbols, archetypes. You can easily fall into New Age language, which I'm very wary of. It's sometimes the shape, the stone that dictates the piece. So I had this beautiful piece of granite, this central piece here, black granite, had this long rectangular shape, and it just so that in itself, just that the rock inspired me. And the rock was so powerful in its presence that I decided to work around it. And how do I work around it? I am always interested in working positive, negative. So making a shape, but then having its shell, having its a kind of maternal kind of wrapping around it. So this is lava. It's volcanic. They're both volcanic rocks. And then that's about it. I don't want to go into it's the viewer, the person seeing it is going to interpret it the way they want. I like that. And people do see different things about it, which is good. Some people look at it like a pen. Others like a seed, others like a phallic symbol. It's just up to each person to interpret it the way they want. That's good. I'm sitting on what I call a water drop study, which is a series I'm working on. To again, kind of contradiction, but as a kind of to freeze a moment, actually like a photography or like a filming. Only photography can capture those instants, which are microseconds. And it's just such an inspirational movements and shapes and volumes. Actually, the actual drop of water is such a fascinating event, even if it's so common in our everyday lives. So just to translate that into stone, black stone, because it reflects the light so beautifully, and so. So it's a play on that. It's a play on time, suspended time, on and the instant in something that's eternal because it just lasts so long. Marble, stone. So I like to play around a lot with those themes. Very basic, very primal. So I'm working here on a wind piece. So stone wind sculptures is another theme I work with. So they're very heavy, they're balanced, and they turn in the wind because they're balanced. So you have the same weight on either side of the axle. And there's this positive negative shape, which is very basic, very simple. And so the wind just pushes these stones around the axle. And you can actually have made some that weigh 4 tons, that are 9-foot diameter, and that turn extremely well because of their weight. Then, you know, helps the whole thing rotate. So this one I'm making right now is made out of this onyx, which comes from Iran. And what you can see is it's translucent, which is quite amazing for some stone that can be outside, be in the exterior, without losing its this quality, which is quite amazing. So that's another theme I work with is light, be it translucent or opaque. The black stones you saw before. It's a complementary theme that I love, that fascinates me, that a stone can actually let the light through and move. So it's kind of, I'm getting a combination here, which for me is quite exciting. I have I guess a childlike excitement about work because it'd be too hard to do otherwise. There's quite a lot of work involved in these in stone sculpture, but when you have these things happening, it becomes very exciting. You can kind of see it through the block here. So you see, this is one of the center parts, central elements. So it'll probably weigh like something like 300 kilos, 400 kilos in the end, and measure about 130 centimeters diameter. So it's going to be like, on its stand, it'll be like probably like something like this big. And so it'll turn and let the light through. So it's something I'm really looking forward to finishing. The purpose is that stone, which is usually fixed and heavy and immobile, becomes movement, becomes interactive with the wind. So that's the game.